Concerning the chief of police, contract details and related matters.
No, we need a couple of things.
Oh, we need to
We need to add a couple of things to the contract before he signs it.
Okay.
No, it's moving forward.
Okay.
So basically, Missy Jo's got an email that she's gonna send to all of y'all on board. If y'all wanna take the time, we can talk about it right now. There are a few things that we need clarification on in the contract, before we can finalize it. But, just to give you a heads up, we really can't finalize it until we hear back from TML on the benefits, for Chief Joslin. And, Chief, I'm guessing you haven't heard back from them on that yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But I'm your secretary. She said to send her an email that I had from them, and she would contact them, I believe.
Was that Megan?
Yes.
Megan is actually right behind me.
Oh,
She's
hey,
our
how are you
newest-
doing?
She's an attorney. She's one of our newest associates.
Oh, good deal.
Nice to formally meet you.
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
no, I know that you said that we're still waiting, and so I just think it's really important that we figure that out.
Right, I'll shoot that email over to you tomorrow.
Oh, great.
And that way
perfect.
you can talk to them yourself.
That'd be wonderful, yeah. Sometimes when they hear from an attorney, they're like, oh, man.
Good deal.
Yeah, they'll light a fire, right?
Yeah, they don't want to deal with it.
It's just a lengthy process,
Okay.
and dealing with the TCO and stuff and getting the agency activated and stuff. So it'll be about March or April, so,
And if we can't use it.
before we get it actually
That's
activated.
good to know.
Yeah, okay.
We'll answer some.
So, number one.
Well, it takes a long time. Everything's gotta be approved through the council, every little thing you
The
do.
effective date,
Like
Is whenever all the paperwork is
Tonight.
done.
right, but
They're
the main question is.
Well, y'all go down there, we can hear what you two
There's the contract question.
These are the questions that have to be answered. He's gonna read them
Okay,
off
let's
and we're
get
gonna
them in.
answer.
Y'all gotta speak up, cause you two conversing, we can't hear what y'all are talking about.
No problem.
Y'all are both soft-spoken.
So he's gonna read off the question and we'll answer as many as we can,
Okay.
and then we'll move on from there.
Can I address one thing before you
Sure.
do that? Ms. Carey, just wanna say, we do need police protection at night. That's when most of the gunfire happens.
It's all night
around
long.
here. I don't know where you live, but, it's really bad around my house.
Harley,
with gunfire.
Harley, just have her come talk to us
Yeah.
afterwards,
Okay,
and we'll
you
answer.
come talk to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Continue
Okay,
on.
so, first off, we need to know what a normal work week is gonna look like, for the chief. So, what we have in here right now is a normal work week. It'll be Sunday through Saturday, except on the 980 work schedule. So what are your thoughts on what you want a normal work week for the chief to look like?
What did you say?
Is it
Repeat
gonna
that.
be, it's gonna,
So right now, what we have in there is, normal work week from Sunday through Saturday, to be a normal work week, and then on the 980 work schedule, that'll go from, and I think, the 980 work schedule, you know,
So the 90 work schedule is basically you work nonstop for a period and then you'll have like a day off, like you'll have like a 3-day weekend,
right,
and then you'll work like another block.
right.
So are we basing it on a 45 or 50 hour week?
That's
40-hour week, just like a normal job.
40-hour week.
Yeah.
The day shift.
I'll probably be working evenings for a little while until I finish up with David.
Definitely Friday night.
Then
through
I'll have Cooper
Sunday.
out a day.
Yeah.
There'll be 3 hours.
Friday night through Sunday evening is the worst times.
Yeah.
And then the third person we hire, once it's activated, then they'll work late nights, whatever we need them to do, till we get it right
Friday
and
night
rolling.
and Sunday afternoon is traffic is the worst.
So,
Okay.
so
When
So
you're
as
coming
long
in
as
and
they
then when
work
you're
out the
leaving.
schedule, on a schedule
Yes.
with rotation, yes.
so I guess you had a good idea. Should we put it on here to be a 40-hour work week, to be at the discretion, the hours to be at the
Yes.
discretion of the police chief? Because you're gonna know
Yes,
better
He's gonna be
what.
doing the
Exactly.
same.
Yes.
Right,
But
okay.
40 hours each, so it would continue around the clock.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So did you mention there was 3 officers now?
No.
Not at this point.
Okay.
That'll be once they get up and going.
Okay, so-
Picking up another officer.
What is the chief's paid time off gonna look like? That's a big question that we gotta do.
Like
What is
holiday pay
What's
or,
normal? What's the average?
So,
What's the normal?
I think we had like 9 holidays a year at the county.
Yeah, so yeah, what do y'all do at the county?
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
just normal, like 2 days at Thanksgiving and that
Oh,
For-
so
for-
is that regular pay, time and a half, double time?
You just get your regular pay, your 40 hours for that week, but you're off them days, Christmas and stuff
But it would be
like that.
rotation, so we have somebody on schedule, so like.
Oh, yes,
somebody would
ma'am.
take Thanksgiving off, somebody would take
Yes,
Christmas
ma'am.
off, but normal
Right.
business.
Just a normal, like, normal law enforcement agency. You may have to work on them, I mean, and then you got the choice of either paying overtime or comp time, and if they comp, then you usually try to get them to burn it as soon as they can, which is how we did it at the county. You build up comp time, take the comp time off, it's kinda like a vacation.
So what I'm hearing is that, we're gonna follow the county holiday schedule for holidays off. As far as like paid time off, like vacation, which is separate and apart from.
I think my deputies they got like 2 weeks a year paid or something like that. I was elected for for a long time, so we didn't get holidays and all. We just got straight pay. You know, we didn't have vacation and all. We just took it whenever we wanted. You know, as an elected official.
Do we wanna do standard?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yes. Okay.
And then maybe one additional day for your service, cause it's.
For what?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, maybe one additional day for like year of service and one additional day for 3 years of service or whatever. That makes
I'd like
sense.
the more they serve, the more.
One year.
Okay. And then number 4. Okay, that's the benefits. So you're gonna give us all the benefits. So we're doing that. Retirement benefits, if any. Are we offering any retirement benefits?
Is that on the agenda?
Y'all hold back for like a year and then.
Well, you can always do a 401K, but you don't have to match.
Right.
And then later down the road, you can match, but you can always do a 401K, and it's them putting money into it. So it wouldn't be anything like, and then in the future, we can do to figure out how the 401K works beforehand, before we do this in February?
Well, I think we can sign the contract. Well, yes, because once the contract's signed and he starts working, then yeah, we need to hit the ground running with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
There's also an option of a 401A for city employees. It works very similarly to a 401K. A 401A is for city employees that don't receive or don't pay out Social Security. And so that 401A essentially serves like their Social Security bank, you know, if you will. That's another option we can look into. There might be benefits over a 401A over a 401K. I don't know off the top of my head what the technicality is between the two of them, but I do know that a 401A is specifically suited for city employees who don't pay out of Social Security, and therefore, if they work for the city, they won't receive Social Security at any time.
Okay, so we need to look into that.
Missy Joe, I'll go with you tomorrow, we'll go over this, as a reminder to see who needs to do what. Number 6, this one's pretty simple. So there's certain, professional development dues that, the chief is gonna, or professional development the chief is gonna be required to do. Continued education, travel for the continued education, dues and subscriptions. Is that something the city plans on paying on behalf of the chief?
I think we should pay for continuing education and stuff like that. I think that's.
It's not real expensive. Sam Houston State has the contract on that for chiefs, elected constables. I went to that many times. And
You don't wanna go to Quantico?
huh?
You don't wanna go to Quantico?
No, I'm good. I've been doing this almost 30 years. I'm good. I'm not going to all that. Too old for it. But it's required. The state has mandated for chiefs of police. They're the only place they can do it in the whole state. Every chief goes to.
That's why I made the joke about Quantico, because the FBI has a training school
Yes,
too.
exactly.
So yeah, some cities send the chief out there, but yeah, Sam Houston is just perfect. Yeah.
Oh no, I've been offered to go to that Quantico before. I said, no, I'm good.
Yeah. I'll see you right here today.
Can you get us information on the fee schedules for all of that?
I just actually, right before I retired in December the 31st, Just a week before that, went to the school, it was $125, and it was a week long when we were up there to Huntsville. That covered everything. It was $125.
Lodging and
That's every 2 years. so,
It's every
I mean,
2 years, so you're not
So I
due
don't
for
pay it, I
another
ain't
year.
worried about it, I'll pay it myself.
Is lodging
Okay.
covered up there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay.
It's a deal that limits, or Sam Houston State, their limit program. The state actually reimburses them so much because they come up with it and made it a requirement. If you're a chief, you have to go to that 40-hour training there. If you're a constable, you have to go there. If you're a sheriff, you have to. That's the training for the whole, and you get everything out of the way, all in that 1 week. All your required stuff that, like whenever I work in the streets and when I was a sergeant at the PD and stuff, we had to go to 40-hour training plus the law update every 2 years, but we had to pay for it and you could go anywhere you wanted.
Okay.
They made that mandated for administrators.
Okay. Okay, so y'all good with that? It's all that. All right, final question, severance. So, normally city managers and secretaries, chiefs of police, they get severance packages, because everybody knows that, council changes, people's minds change, so we always want to have protection for those positions. Is that something the city wants the chief to have as a severance package?
Give them $5 because you're getting rid of them.
Is all that in the budget?
Is that gonna be like a whole year's salary, or 6 months salary, 3 months salary?
Well,
It'll be whatever we
whatever you
put.
decide, yeah. I see some.
So,
Can it change if we do
Yes.
something small now? Because they're not gonna be here the full year, because the year's already started.
Yeah, we can tailor it, because one of our other cities, I've seen it where they started a city manager out with 6 month severance, and then after a year, the city manager had been there, they bumped him up to a year severance. So it's of y'all's choosing.
We probably need to.
I think that's a good idea.
What, the 6 months?
I think.
Do this, start with the 6 months.
Yeah, start with the
and then-
6 months and then go up.
And then do you wanna
After
go
a
up
certain
at a
point.
year, or 2 years, or?
I think we need to keep it to 6 for a while if we're gonna do
Yes.
6.
Okay.
We could do 3 now and then do
that's what I was
6 in another
thinking, more like
year.
3.
Six, oh, you're thinking more like 3?
Yeah,
Okay. Alright.
to start off with, more like 3, and then a year's contract.
And then next year maybe do 6 because, yeah, we're just starting out.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll do 3 months, and then we'll review in a year, and.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, and that's it, those are the questions that we had. Megan, do you have any more, anything that I didn't cover?
I don't believe so, I just wanted to clarify, we're starting severance at 3 months, and, I'm not gonna include any provisions in there regarding bumping it up to
Right.
6 months,
It'd
you
be-
guys will visit that independently.
Yeah.
We're good to go on paying for professional development.
Actually, we'll look at it and totally not do the budget.
We have the chief working on getting his benefits to me whenever he can. We're gonna schedule a 40-hour work week at the discretion of the chief of police because he's gonna be doing the scheduling. We have normal county holidays for the chief, and then we have 2 weeks off, vacation, paid vacation, and then for every year he works, he gets 1 additional day. We're gonna look into a 401k self-funded or 401A self-funded. We're just not completely sure right now, but that's what we're gonna look at. And I think those are all the questions that we have, Carl.
Perfect, yeah, that's all I have.
And
I
the
have a question.
effective date?
What about insurance?
That's the TML benefits that we're talking about.
That's what we're waiting on. The chief is gonna send me an email, and I'm gonna work with TML because the chief has reached out to TML already. And they have a huge backlog. This is not telling the chief this. They have a huge backlog first because of COVID and then I was at the holidays. So I have, I just bug them. I just bother them
Right.
until they answer me. So that's kind
Kind
of
of
the point.
TML, it gives us a benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
I
then once
just
we
wanted to
figure
say
that
that
out.
so people would understand where the insurance part was.
100%, yeah, and that's through the Texas Municipal League, and so that's a organization that helps small to mid-sized local governments and municipalities, so I think that's where your other insurance comes through too.
All right, so unless y'all have any more questions, I'm good on that item, that's all I need.
So, we get a motion? or-
Nope, we don't need to take any action on
So we're
that.
going to the next one. And that's gonna be over the same for Mr. Cooper? Number 9, consideration, discussion, possible action to hire James Cooper as a full-time police officer for Plum Grove Police Department and related matters.
Well, I'll make a motion that we hire James Cooper as a full-time police officer for Plum Grove Police Department and related matters.
You have to have two people.
Yeah, I second it.
Okay.
Any opposed?
All
Of course
opposed?
not.
No? All in favor then? Okay, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve liability, property, interlocal agreement with PML and related matters. Council, you have any comments?
The insurance needs to be done anyways, regardless if we have officers or not. We are supposed to carry insurance anyways. We
Right.
did not know this. But we do now. But if we make the installments, quarterly payments, it's actually cheaper to pay it all at once versus making the quarterly payments. So that's up to y'all.
Well, how much is it?
The total is $2,200.
If we pay it all at once.
Yes.
It's what?
No, if you pay it all at once, it's $2,160. So it's not like a huge savings, but it is a savings.
Okay.
And that's what,
The whole year,
the whole year.
the whole year.
And
Not,
what does that insurance cover?
The whole city
In the police department.
and the police department
and the council and the mayor.
and the council and the mayors.
Yeah.
It's like a blanket coverage for the city.
If something happened, we would get sued.
We should have carried it all along, but we never did. So we're getting it now.
If y'all want to look at this.
And if we pay it in full, we'll save a few dollars, so
Should definitely save a few dollars.
do y'all wanna pay it in full?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
I need a motion, yeah.
okay,
I'll second it.
all in favor, everybody? Okay, move on to number
Did
11.
we get, there's two items that are the
Mhm.
Yeah, you,
So number 11 is the
same.
same?
Same thing.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
Yeah, we don't need to,
okay.
no action.
Consideration, number 12, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve purchase of locks for 2 doors inside the city hall and related matters. Melissa?
We have to lock the office. We have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we have to.
Cost on it?
No, I don't, y'all put a price tag on it and I'll stay under budget. Good gosh, we wouldn't wanna spend a penny more.
For 2 doors, you said?
2 doors.
2 doors?
Are we
I thought it
doing
was
the locks,
3.
are we doing the locks where you can just push the buttons?
There's
No, no,
2
no.
doors in there. I mean, we
Your
really,
office,
storage thing.
yeah, that's,
I mean, the bathroom's gonna, I hope somebody puts a lock on the bathroom.
yes,
You
yes.
that
know,
comes
but
with
that
the lock.
comes
But what
with the
about,
lock,
isn't that double doors?
but it just needs one lock,
One lock,
yeah.
Are we talking like a key lock, or are we talking
The numbers.
just like
The
the.
numbers?
the number locks?
But number lock,
Yeah.
That's deadbolts.
hers needs a number
Well,
lock.
now, on my
Right.
house, I have the number lock and it's a deadbolt.
Yeah, I would say on the storage, just a deadbolt would be fine, but on the one that's gonna hold all of the
Yeah.
documents, that needs to be something to where either it's badged to where we know who goes in and out.
You wanna badge it?
Yeah.
I think
Cause
we
it's
should,
not
so
gonna
we
be that
know
much
who's,
more to tie it in,
yeah, cause we already have them on the front doors.
yeah.
Oh, with
We
the-
need to know who's in and out of that
I
office, cause
know.
it's gonna
Yeah,
have all of
yeah.
our legal documents in it.
That's true.
For sure.
Can you give us the cost on it?
Yes,
Okay. So we'll just table this or what?
If we wait till February, is that gonna be too long or not?
Yes.
no, not necessarily,
Most of the
because,
doors will have key locks on them anyway.
yeah,
They'll have key locks,
Yeah.
I'm giving y'all, but if y'all want
because
to.
I just can't move anything into it and put stuff in the filing cabinet until it is secured.
Well, if we're gonna do it, why don't we just go ahead and let Missy Jones?
So just put a limit, just put a limit, cause what she doesn't use is gonna stay in the account anyway, right?
What did the ones on the front cost us?
Oh, I don't remember, that was 6 months ago.
I think they were either 47 or 4,900.
But that
That was for all
That
the
was
locks,
for
that
all
was
of
for
them,
security
plus the
cameras.
security, yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that much. It's, yeah, it shouldn't be that much.
No, not to add one.
Can we say if it's under $500?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, we will do them. Yeah,
Because it should be less than that.
yeah. Just don't go with 500 if it has to.
then we'll put it on the agenda for next time.
Okay, you gonna make a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion that we,
That we authorize $500.
no, yeah, we authorize up to $500 for locks for doors at the city hall.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay, so that's number 12.
No.
Number 13. Consideration, discussion, possible action to approve purchase of a monitor for the security cameras at City Hall and related matters.
We just need a monitor.
That's it?
Yeah.
Monitor?
Not that big, something smaller, where all the cameras hook up to the monitor. Wi-Fi keeps them, and you can see what's going on inside the city hall, also outside the city
How
hall.
much a monitor could you price them?
That'd be,
$200.
that's what I was thinking.
Depends on the size you get.
Yeah.
You can get like a 32 for around $250 or something like that, a 32-inch monitor.
I just need y'all to give me a budget.
Under $500.
Oh, okay,
Maybe I'll
just
say.
don't go over 500, which I mean, I'm
Okay.
sure you won't, but, so I make a
No, it
motion
shouldn't
that
be that much.
Oh, 'cause
we authorize $500 for, a month.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, number 14, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve purchase of a lock for evidence room at the fire department for Plum Grove Police Department and related matters.
Now, that one's gonna cost.
Does it have to be a specific lock?
It's gonna have to be monitored.
It just has to be secured and,
Do you want a push code? Do you want a
evidence,
badge?
it really doesn't matter.
Is Cooper gonna be the only one in and out of there?
Yep.
So just,
Him and I
push
are the
code
only
would
two that are
work?
certified for that, and
Well,
I'll
push
be-
code.
Oh, get a badge, y'all.
it's so expensive.
I know,
You already have
but
people in the audience grabbing good, you spent $2 million.
I don't care, but if he's got
Yeah.
like guns.
Yeah, if it's like evidence, like.
Well, but it's gotta get, we have to have a safe. The safe goes in that room, and then that room is locked, so the guns go
With
in the
the-
safe.
We
Yeah,
won't know who's going in and
Yeah.
out of that room. I mean, that don't even make sense really. What do you guys think?
whatever y'all wanna do with
Well, it
that.
does make sense.
Cooper's
It
Yeah, it
makes
does.
sense for the city hall too.
yeah.
Well, we know,
Nobody needs to be up in there
well,
either.
if it gives us a log, we know who goes
Yeah.
in at what time and what time they, yeah.
Exactly.
The badge.
Yeah.
Well, I make a motion that we get badge lock entrance for the,
Yeah, we don't have to have the camera.
Well, no, as long as that's.
Right.
that's
Well, there's
noted.
cameras all over.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
all out of the
we
building.
just need a log of when they go in and out.
who's second?
Who first did it?
I first did it.
Oh, I'm sorry. All approved? I mean, all in favor?
Do I have a budget on that one
Approved
too?
for
Do we have a budget on that one?
$500, put in there 500, up to 500.
You don't spend it.
She ain't gonna
I'm
spend it.
not, I'm a budget shopper.
Okay. There's no
She's got this thing with Clarence.
Yeah, I was 14.
How do you get a deal?
She's pretty good at it. Okay.
I'll use
Okay.
coupons.
Safe gotta be.
Okay, number 15, consideration, discussion, possible action to approve purchase of a safe for evidence room at the fire department for Plum Grove Police Department. Police.
What are the specs for the safe
Yeah.
that it has to meet?
The Tico guy from the state said that it can be one of those from,
Okay.
Tractor Supply, just,
Okay.
Or
it's
Academy
gotta
or
be,
something?
you know, just a normal size safe,
Depends on where they're on
for the
sale.
guns have to go.
Well, I'm telling
And it
you.
has to be inside that evidence room.
Has to be a
Sometimes
gun
you
safe.
get
And I would
Yeah.
assume if
Academy,
you
because my husband
find
got-
drugs, that has to go in there too.
Well, that can go just in the evidence room on a shelf or whatever. The guns have to be locked in
But
the
see, that's
safe.
what,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
well,
So, but how much are we looking at?
Yeah, what's the estimate?
Like, how big does it
I
need
went
to
and
be?
looked at them, a couple of months ago whenever Tico told us that, and they were like $700-800. I mean,
so under $1,000.
Oh,
It's
you
under-
don't need a great big one.
huh?
That's pretty big.
I don't know, I don't know.
Pretty
mine-
decent.
Yeah, it
They
is.
were pretty decent size.
Yeah,
They
cause
were-
my,
they were-
yeah,
they
the
were
one
un-
we had
They were under
holds like
1,000, so if y'all
40 guns.
budgeted for 1,000, we'll have money
Yeah,
left.
So, you
Yeah.
gotta set a budget.
1,000?
I would say 1,000.
Okay.
go ahead and make the motion.
Yeah, you
Make a
can make a
motion.
motion.
Make the motion, Vera?
I make a motion to,
I
approve the purchase of a
second it.
safe.
Second it?
Yeah.
See, this is why
What
it
Barbara
takes so
said.
long, because
All in favor?
until
Yeah.
we get the lock on there,
Yay.
then we get to pay.
Consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve secretary to hire someone to install 3 locks, 2 monitors, and a Zoom camera and related matters.
Make a motion that we approve the secretary to hire someone to install all of those things.
Aye.
All in favor?
Oh, this is mine.
To install it, it'll be cheaper than
All right, number 17, consideration, discussion, possible action to approve road repairs for CR 343, Bohannon Road, and related
I
matters.
make a motion that we get Cohen.
I'll second, oh wait, I can't.
I'm tired.
Including the
Wait,
road
wait, wait,
ones.
wait, wait, that,
So are y'all, are you?
wait, that,
I know because
Okay,
we did
sent
get
the thing
costs
to
on
me.
it, so we need to discuss.
So what it is
Are they patching it? Are they-
somewhat, but it will be asphalt, and he has a roller that will roll
Wally's just that way.
and
I mean,
stuff.
cause you know that even on
I
side
drove
road.
it, yes, yeah.
And that has
He just
nothing
came out
to
here
do
this
with,
morning and looked at it before he said.
our road has nothing to do with no trailers or.
They're not, yeah, because none of Trey's people go up and down that road, so he's not going to help fix any of them.
I'm not
talking
about
That's what Wally said, grants, it's expensive.
I haven't even involved the county with this, because then it'd be months before we get on the agenda, and months before they approve, and then we'd have to redo everything. And this price lasts for 10 days, because asphalt is steadily climbing.
Well, then I make a motion that, we approve road repairs for Cohen Road.
And how much is it?
What was the cost again?
$9,500.
$9,500 for Bohannon Road.
That was the
$1,000 for
question.
Bohannon Road.
Yes. Wait, are you on the thing to talk?
Yeah, you would.
No, not.
No, we're
Jim
talking
Shaw does
about,
not.
no, Miss Shirley.
Oh, I was looking
But
at
he's
this.
already done his.
The culvert is?
Where she's talking
Okay, who
about
made the
Barbara,
motion?
is the house that you're wanting to look at when it rains. It
Oh,
turns
yeah,
into
it's
a
all
lake.
back to the, yeah,
Yeah,
Who made the
it goes
second?
over the
Who
road like
seconded
it's
it?
sprinkled.
All in
Right
favor?
there.
okay.
Did you second it?
No, Barbara
First.
did.
Probably second.
Okay.
Or is that also in with this one where it says
You can
and
separate.
related matters?
And
Hold on now.
That's a
We
Carl
gotta do before we go
question.
that route.
That's a Carl question.
I'm just asking.
We
It
have,
says,
we have
you
other,
know,
we have other issues to
for
deal with.
Bohannon Road and related matters, and there's a culvert
At the end of the road?
No, goes past, before you get to my driveway.
Okay.
There's a culvert, and it's clogged up, and it's like, it's flooding these people's yard and all
We
these
just need
house.
somebody to
It
push
just
us.
needs to be
Somebody
cleaned
to clean it
out.
out.
Yeah, can that be,
Well, it's causing
So
damage.
this is the asphalt guy?
Right?
Yeah,
yeah,
but
this
this
needs to be
is,
cleaned out.
but this is the asphalt guy.
This is a, yeah.
Yeah, this one's the asphalt guy.
So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, so-
Do I need to, does it need to be put on the agenda for another time?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's list it, because she needs to get costs for it.
Okay.
Cleaning out the drain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. I didn't know, it just
have
really
other
matters.
major potholes that we need to address next.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Okay. No, number 18. Consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve election contract with Liberty County for May 2021 election and related matters.
we have to pay for this election. We did not have to pay for last election because of the mess up. But we do have to pay for this election. I sent all y'all the contract.
I approve. The election contract with Liberty County for May 2021 election.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
And how much is this one, the contract?
I don't know.
We don't know
Don't
yet.
know?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just
So
approved the
why are you
contract.
approving it if you don't know?
Well, I can answer this question. I did talk to Mr. Bush today, and he did give me a time, an amount of anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000.
Yeah.
just depending.
What,
So,
what?
$4,000 to $8,000.
$8,000, just depending.
Depends on if we have early voting versus non-early
Yeah.
voting.
We have to have early voting, it's required by the state of Texas.
So, all in favor? That, we already passed that,
Yeah.
right? We already said, okay. Number 19, consideration, discussion, and possible action to announce special election for council position number 4 and related matters.
No action has to be taken on that, we just have to publicly announce.
Right. It has to happen.
Yeah, no action has to be taken.
Gotcha. It's just part of the May election.
Okay, number 20, consideration, discussion, and possible action to announce regular election for council position 1, 3, and 5 and related matters.
And same thing with that one, we just have to announce it.
This the announcement or
This is the announcement.
Okay. This is the announcement for those elections.
Number 21, consideration, discussion concerning a new interlocal agreement for road maintenance with Liberty County and related matters.
So this is on the agenda. This is the road maintenance interlocal that we have with Liberty County. We need to renew it come January 31st, it expires. It's a quid pro quo interlocal agreement which says the county will provide 50% resources, the city will provide the county 50% resources to maintain the roads in the city. So I know
We don't want 50%. We
that's,
want it
yeah.
readjusted.
Yeah, I remember y'all saying there was some extra things I wanted on there, so is there more than,
I think previously it was like 20% of the city paid for,
okay.
and then they did 50%, so I don't know what
I'd like
changed.
10%.
Yeah, I think it
Considering everything that's been going on,
Mhm. Okay.
I would say 10% is what would be, I didn't even go 5% and come up to 10%. But we need them to help pick up where they allowed all of this to happen.
Okay. What do y'all want me to start with, 5 or 10?
5.
Start with 5 and
And then
negotiate,
go up to 10 if necessary.
Okay.
but I don't think we should go higher because part of the problem is them to start with.
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody else?
The beginning of the whole problem is them.
Yeah, so anybody else, does everybody agree with that?
Okay. I'll get with Matthew between now and the next meeting and hopefully have something for you to sign. Missy Joe, I'll let you know what the kickback is from the county. If they come out to a higher number, which I'm sure they're going to. This is gonna be a big bargaining thing, so we'll see what they say.
That's all we do.
Okay.
So that was just,
That was just discussion.
Okay. Number 22, consideration, discussion, possible action to instruct city secretary to inquire about different options for landscaping around the new city hall, foundation, and related matters.
So we're just giving her, just giving permission
To get pricing and.
You think it just needs grass, Donald?
What is
Like
it?
grass around the bottom of the city hall?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Grass around the bottom of the city hall, the
What about
foundation,
for landscaping?
the landscaping.
Do we need a
You need
retaining wall?
You need to put some around it, buy a couple of pallets of grass and have it put around it.
Do we need a retaining wall?
You're right, keep it from erosion. And the last time I checked, I think there was around $400 a pallet.
And we need
But that's a big, those are big pallets, but I would say you need at least 2 pallets.
Will grass actually do it, or should we
out.
have some type of retaining wall?
I don't think you'd have to have a retaining wall. I think if you lay the grass down solid and not put it in little patches, but lay it down as it comes in squares, and I don't think you'd have a problem with it. And you're only gonna be doing basically 3 sides, because one side is next to the concrete, the old concrete slab where the shed was at. And while I'm talking about City Hall, all of what we like finishing up on it is just putting tile on the podium that we built in there. We built a little 6x6 podium. They're putting it on tomorrow. Couldn't do it today because it was too cold.
And then we still
Well,
have
that's all we like, basically that and the handrails on the wheelchair ramp, which that really wasn't even part of the bid, but we're putting that in. So that's really about all we really like. That and the door locks that y'all want to put on.
We can start with the bid for grass and go see what we're doing. We have to do everything now, if we see some changes. Dug off until later down the road.
don't know.
We just take the locks and say back in the budget, or do you just
How much
shop
did you
around?
say 2 pallets was?
Last time I checked, they was about $400
Yeah.
a pallet, but I don't even know if you can get them this time of year, is what Jake was just telling me.
I've
He's
been,
been
Yeah,
looking.
I've been
usually
looking
you
for
don't get
grass,
them
and
till
they
later.
said the end of February.
Yeah.
I got the last pallet at, you can go pull it out of my yard.
We probably won't find it.
I'll donate it.
How much was a pallet that you bought?
Well, it's like $2.90 a square if you buy it by the square at Home Depot, but,
He said he.
you can get it from the grass farm for like
Yeah.
$75 to $100 a pallet.
King Ranch in Nebraska.
Yeah, 242.
Oh, I suppose you where they got their.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We're right on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
But it,
Like Berkshire. Yeah.
Anyway, they had it delivered.
King Ranch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
February will.
February, make a decision.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably, it's probably
Okay.
not gonna be till February, March, when you see it out.
Yeah, no, just discussion.
Right, okay.
Now, does it make a difference what type of grass is gonna work better?
Well, most of it's just San Augustine that you buy, so
For sure.
there's different
Well, it's
varieties of
harder
San
to
Augustine,
keep,
but it's
so
all
it
pretty much
doesn't-
the
Yeah,
same.
but damn sure don't want no hay around.
Okay.
Okay.
But you do need to get it where you can put some water on it fairly soon, so you're going to do something with your water wheel to have, be able to put some water on it.
Well, Missy Joe can go down there and throw a sprinkler outside the yard.
This time of year, it's getting plenty of water right now
Yeah.
anyway,
She can too excited about that.
She gonna be down there working, she
Yeah,
can
go
throw a
ahead and
sprinkler
look
on.
through it, see if you can find it, and what prices
Okay.
they are.
I will.
You can get a sprinkler at Walmart for $89, girl.
Yeah.
Whatever it holds.
All right, number 23.
Yeah.
Consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve laptop virus protection and related
That's
matters.
Diana.
We would need to get pricing for that,
That's Diana.
but we need, if we're gonna be working on these laptops, Gmail is easy to be hacked anyway, let
Not on the
alone, we
email
don't
one
want
yet.
we don't want our computers hacked.
Right.
It has stuff saved on it, so it needs to be done. We just need to get some cost involved. And eventually, as we can see more money coming in, we need to move towards Outlook or email, which would be secured by Microsoft.
Well, this is your everyday job, this is your specialty, so.
So we can look at, I can get pricing for different virus protections. That's the first place I was going.
Okay.
So just discussion?
Just a discussion once you get the prices?
I need to get pricing, we just need to make sure that we're limiting what you do on these laptops.
I'm only on it like right now. And then she says, hey, I sent it to you. Okay, I'm not.
So we'll set it up for next time by then.
Yes, by then I will have pricing.
to discuss.
So same thing for the emails?
Yes,
Number
same thing for
24?
the email, because I'll have to get the pricing on 365.
So I don't have to read that one, just the same thing, discussion.
We need email options, is that for, to go to to go to Outlook?
Outlook,
Yes.
Okay.
and that's typically gonna be like $20 a month per person. But it is secured, it also gives us the legal holds on it, so nothing gets deleted no matter what. I mean, even if you delete it, it's still up in the portal. We have it, we can run, when we have requests for documentation, we can run a documentation and pull on information.
So for transparency's sake, we need to switch to that.
And for security sakes.
All right.
No, I don't think there's any protection against that.
Mask.
All right, number 25, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve resolution of the City Council for the City of Plum Grove, Texas, adopting a financial and procurement policy in relation to federal grants and related matters.
We basically just have to pass this so we can move forward with the Plum grant. Only explanation for that.
I approve a resolution of the City Council of the City of Plum Grove, Texas, adopting a financial and procurement policy related to federal grants and related matters.
My second.
All in favor? Okay, number 26, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve financial policies and procedures and related matters.
Same thing, we have to have this in place to move forward with the GLOW grant.
This is just like a standard.
It's a standard.
Yeah, it's a
template.
standard policy.
I went through it all, it's a standard template.
Okay.
I approve financial policy. I make a motion to approve the financial policies and procedures and related matters.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration, discussion, and possible action liability proposal acceptance form and related matters.
It's just basically saying we accept the liability proposal that they gave us.
But nothing has to be done on that
Is
one.
that TML gave us?
Yeah, this little notebook here
Oh, okay.
with the acceptance.
So do we have to make a motion?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to accept it.
You
Then
have
I
to
make
accept
a
it.
motion that we accept the liability proposal acceptance form and roll. I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, council's input and discussion on GLO updates and related matters.
We're approving policies, or financial policies, and then we're moving forward. Slowly moving forward.
Council's input and discussion on FEMA updates and related matters.
Donald updated us on the city hall. And we haven't even had
As far
we are
as-
not gonna get the road closure done until the county or Colony Ridge, either one, can find all of the paperwork that our engineer Dawn needs, because it just, some of the paperwork that she had found for her was in a closet, in a room, in an office that hadn't been used in years. So,
It's mainly hydrology studies,
yeah, it's a
right?
hydrology study that she's trying to complete.
It's supposed to be at the county or the developer has it and no one can find it. And so the engineer Dawn's been asking and asking for it.
Months.
Yeah, since, yeah.
Because if we do, what she's trying to do is a tabletop hydrology study. So what that is they're not going to put the culverts back, they're going to go in and put a bridge back. When you go in to put the bridge back, you have to do a hydrology study, because that hydrology study is saying, hey, we're changing the water flow, or are we not changing the water flow? So when they do the tabletop hydrology study, it's like 10 to 15,000. But if they can't come up with all this paperwork that should exist, but doesn't exist, and nobody can find, then it could be up to $50,000 for a hydrology study. So that's the differences in what we're trying to accomplish.
Then you gotta build a bridge.
Where are they talking
And
about?
FEMA might not be able to, right?
That's where the washout road
We
is.
have to,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, it has
because
to be a
the
bridge for the water to flow under it.
184-page TCEQ report basically explains that the drainage from Colony Ridge will continue to blow culverts out there.
It comes down to flip.
Yeah.
And FEMA made that choice. I mean,
Yes.
Yes.
FEMA is the one who said we have to put a bridge
Well,
in here.
Leanne had been saying since 2017, we need to put a bridge there, we need to put a bridge there, and
There's no
then
way it's gonna
finally, 6 months ago, FEMA goes, we think y'all need to put a bridge there.
Okay.
So that's where we are with that.
Number 30, council's input and discussion on emergency management report and related matters.
So, I'd like to donate my salary to the fire department, first of all. Is that
Okay.
an issue?
So
If
we
you
we
do
were
that-
discussing it, and he would like to give up his salary.
That is the
And,
fire
Can
department.
he can do that? Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna benefit them more.
because y'all are paying him $300 a month, and he does nothing. Yes, there's gonna be times that he needs it.
He's like,
I mean,
I work,
but the fire department works their butt off.
I work hand in hand with the fire department, so. it-
Micah, your
Well,
voice
and if
got
we
mighty
go into
high.
emergency management, you're gonna be down here anyway, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And second, let's see, the 5,000 road culverts, those are way undersized, so we need to get,
Yes,
yeah,
See if we can
so we
get
can
them.
get on that.
that's part of the discussion with,
Oh,
yeah, with the interlocal.
no, for the 5,000 range.
So what are they now and what do they need to be?
Oh, I heard they're 18, have you
They're
measured them?
18s.
So if they're 18, then.
They're 18s, the county minimum is 24.
Lovely.
Well,
Yeah, they're half filled with dirt.
And they're.
Sort of like the rest
So-
of them in Plum Grove, so they're all filled with dirt.
Which causes the water to back up. and
Yes, ma'am, it does. Yes, ma'am, it does. All right.
Fire department.
council,
Do we need to keep that as a separate item on the budget so that we know it's emergency management being donated, so that when it goes back, somebody else takes the position?
Yeah.
So we need to keep it separate in the budget.
some more on the check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, we need to make a
So just
note
leave it
on
at-
the budget itself that it's being donated.
Yeah, just
So
leave it
it's
as
separate
his
in case
salary
he
being
ever
donated
leaves
to the
the
fire
position.
department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the memo, just emergency management
Yeah, then we
donation.
donate it.
Yeah.
I'll still pay you, and then you can donate.
We would rather you just write it directly to them.
We need to make.
Can we do that?
Can I just write it directly to the fire department, because he does the,
Yes.
And just
Yeah,
do
put it
a,
on your memo.
Yes.
yes, put it in the memo for,
Get a letter from him saying that he's donated to the fire department, and you can do that.
do you hear that? I need a letter.
And then on the memo portion of the check, just say that it's
Emergency
like that,
management.
yeah.
Okay, I'll write 2 checks.
And then in the budget, when we vote on those numbers, put a note out beside it is that it's donated, so that it's a separate line item for the changes.
Right.
Make sure the letter's not.
Yeah. What?
We're not like,
Fire department.
Okay, number 31, council's input and discussion on fire department report and related matters.
I don't think anybody's here from the fire department but Amanda.
Excuse me?
I said, I don't think anybody's here from the fire department but Amanda. And, or,
No, we're trying our best to man every shift, so we're spread throughout.
yeah.
But I'm sorry, did I miss a question?
No, we have to read the reports, that's basically all you gotta do.
this is the monthly, and this is last year.
For the whole year. We basically just go over the incident and the numbers.
Incident 111, building fires. There were 4 total incidents, which is 8.51%. Incident 142, brush and/or brush and grass mixture fires. There were 3. 143, grass fires, 1. 151, outside rubbish, trash, waste, 1. Medical assist EMS crew, 21. Motor vehicle accidents with no injuries, 2. Gas leaks, 1. Aircraft standby, 1. Service calls, 3. Assist police or other governing agencies, 1. Dispatched and canceled en route, 3. Authorized controlled burns, 2. Smoke scare, odor of smoke, 1. False alarm or false call, other, 3. For a total number of incidents of 47.
The other one's for last year.
Yes, ma'am. So this is for 2020 in total. Building fires, 25. Trash or rubbish contained, 1. Fire and motor home, camper, recreational vehicle, 2. Passenger vehicle, 7. Road, freight, or transport vehicle fires, 1. Sorry, lost my place. Camper or recreational RV fires, 1. Off-road vehicle or heavy equipment fires, 3. Forest, woods, or wildland fires, 4. Brush and grass mixture fires, 57. Grass fires, 26. Outside rubbish, trash, waste fires, 26. Medical assists, 184. Motor vehicle accidents with injuries, 31. Motor vehicle pedestrian accidents, 1. Motor vehicle accident with no injuries, 36. Gas leaks, 1. Down power lines, 2. Arching, shorted electrical equipment, 2. Aircraft standby, 9. Service calls, 28. Public service assistant, 1. Assist police or other governing agencies, 4. Unauthorized burning, 15. Dispatched or canceled en route, 47. No incident found on arrival at dispatch address, 1. Authorized controlled burning, 27. Smoke scare, odor of smoke, 3. False alarm or false calls, 15. For a total number of incidents in 2020, 558 incidents.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. That is the number 32, council input and discussion on local and county and state updates and related matters. None? All right, well then we're gonna adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn. That's right, I'm out.
Anybody opposed?
Oh, anybody opposed?
Just